it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. I am back with another witchy video. You guessed it, I'm talking about my favourite person in the entire universe, and that's Lady Hecate. I'm going to talk about offerings to her, but in a different way than I have before. I have been inspired to answer this question thanks to, at the time of filming, some recent YouTube comments. So let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, hello, hi there. My name's Sarah. I go by that divination witch online. I started off by posting readings on TikTok, and I've branched out here on YouTube to talk about my spiritual journey, things I've learned, and just share it with you in a down-to-earth kind of way. And if you like that, please subscribe. I've also got a link tree below where you can get readings from me. I've got an Etsy store and I've got a Patreon now. And on Patreon you can get readings as well as learn about paganism and connecting with different deities. So yeah, I'd be grateful if you could check that out. Thank you. On the subject of connecting with deities. So I've done videos in the past about Hecate. I mean, that's what my whole channel is really about. Witchcraft, paganism and Hecate. You know, she is my main spiritual guide in life. And if you're a follower here, if you're not new to the channel, you will know how much I love her and how grateful I am to her and just how much I hold her in high regard. Now, I've done videos about offerings to her, and that was at her request actually, because although it's well and good that some people like to recreate ancient times and recreate ceremonies and rituals that would have been done in Hellenic times, not everybody has the means to do so, whether it's the resources, the money, the time, the understanding to do so. Now, I got a comment at time of filming recently asking if Hecate would understand if this person didn't have any money, essentially, to give her a physical offering. Now, of course she will understand, is the short answer. She is not a jealous goddess or a vengeful, nasty goddess at all. I think, and I'm not getting at this particular person, but I think with us as a whole, as a collective, whether we like it or not, or know it or not, we are conditioned by our Abrahamic backgrounds, you know. Religion tends to rule in fear, and so we get conditioned to kind of believe that every single religion is kind of like that, ruling in fear, and that if we do something, if we put a toe out of line, we're going to get smited, you know. And yeah, not every god is 100% kind and lovely and gentle and all this. And Hecate herself, although she's kind and loving, and to me she is my mother, she isn't always the most gentle of goddesses, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying that. But that doesn't mean she's wicked or nasty or evil. It's just that her lessons can sometimes be hard. She doesn't sugarcoat things. That doesn't mean she's heartless, and that doesn't mean that she's gonna get cheesed off because you offered her something small compared to, say, what I offered her or another person. Offerings aren't always physical things. We need to bear that in mind. So if you are a pagan, a polytheist, a witch, or whatever you want to call yourself, if you're on a budget, the gods will understand this. They truly will. Gods, deities in general, are elevated beings, elevated spiritual beings. Our offerings to them are devotional and sometimes sacrifices. Now, when I say sacrifice, I don't mean we're going to go out sacrificing animals and humans and all that dark-sided thing. No, a sacrifice is in something we are giving to them and we are going without. Like our favourite drink or our favourite food, or we could be like, right, well, I'm going to give up smoking for you, or at least give it up for a day or something like that, or, you know, I'm going to save some money in your name. You know, it depends on the god or the goddess. What do they rule over? So when it comes to Hecate, she rules over the dead, the restless dead, witches, witchcraft, sorcery, the liminal spaces. Prime example of something good you could do for her, which she asked my friend, who is another follower of hers, to do recently, is to clean and tend to the local graveyard to her. With her being a goddess of the dead, clean up someone's grave, do a good deed, you know. Some grave sites have been there hundreds of years, I'm not even joking. So, you know, it would be nice for the spirit in question that someone actually decided to pay them a visit, pay them some respects, and tidy up, you know. It must be, I imagine, lonely. So things like that. She loves dogs. Volunteer at a animal shelter or something, or, you know, volunteer for a soup kitchen, homeless charity. I've mentioned that in the past. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Now maybe you're strapped for time as well. Well, that's okay. As long as you are genuine, she will always understand. There are times where I haven't been able to do certain things for her. So when it comes to Hecate, she is historically, and even now, she's honoured every new moon. Well, there are some new moons I miss it. I either forget, or I'm so busy, or I'm not feeling okay. She hasn't smited me. I'm still here. I'm still alive. She's understanding like that. She knows that it wasn't done with any malice, and as long as you are genuine, she can read your true feelings, and any deity can, for that matter. I just wanted to clear it up, I suppose, because when I got that comment, I really felt for that person, and we aren't all experienced in this. I mean, I'm still learning, you know. I'm always open-minded, and I never say no to learning things about my spiritual path and paganism, and that's why I've got this channel. But for a newbie, you know, I guess it must be concerning to have to ask that question, you know, if you are frightened of getting on the wrong side of a god or a goddess, you know. So I just wanted to clear that up, that no, you won't get on the wrong side as long as you are acting with integrity, being open and honest, you know, your connection is valid, it's true, it's real. You're not being purposely disrespectful. You're not coming at this from an ego point of view, because there are some people out there, some people out there who will get into paganism, witchcraft, things like this from a ego standpoint, as in, oh, I am so powerful and I'm going to command spirits, especially demonology. You know, there's a whole branch of magic. You'll have heard of summoning a demon. Well, that is controlling magic, and in my book it's disrespectful, but to each their own. But that is coming from human ego, and there are other, especially in the age of social media, there are witches and pagans out there who use their deities as attack dogs. I've seen pathetic things on the spiritual side of TikTok where people are like at war with each other for over trivial things. It's very immature over there if you are on TikTok. That's how I've branched out here on YouTube, because it's so immature. There are people hexing each other for no reason and all sorts of stupid things, and it's kind of like, well, I work with Loki, so I'm gonna get Loki to do this to you. Well, I work with I don't know, Freya, so I'm gonna get Freya to do this to you. Or I work with Hecate, she wouldn't put up with that. Like, these beings are not yours to command. This is not Pokemon. I've made that comparison before. So, you know, as long as you're coming at this from a genuine, respectful point of view and you're not acting like that, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. At the end of the day, we're humans and we still have our human lives to live. We've still got bills to pay. Some of us have kids, responsibilities. The gods get it. Honestly, they do. They don't expect you to go without for them, you know. So unless there's some sort of special thing that you have agreed, you know, it's if you're just being respectful, look, she will understand, and any deity will. Honestly, trust me on that. They will understand, okay? So I hope that helped. And until next time, stay safe and stay witchy. Bye.